Hey there, all you fellow internet dwellers. This is PTPOP with all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. And today is August 31st, something like that. Yes, it's the last day of August, and we are on the precipice of September. And I wanted to tell all of you about a tremendous customer service experience I had with a major company here, I believe headquartered here in the United States. And before I get to that, I want to tell you all about a project that is near and dear to my heart that I'm very proud of. This is my project. Let me see if this is working. Well, I guess it is working. A project that is very near and dear to my heart. Oh, Mr. Fleetemeister. Bill Fleetemeister here. All you call center survivors, don't give up on your dreams, because I am fortunate enough to have made a film, my first film, which is called The Artist, a documentary. Now that looks to me like it's backwards. Let me see if I can make this frontwards. There we go. Hey, it's frontwards now. The Artist, a documentary is a film that I actually started thinking about many years ago. In 2006, I started to try to sell my photography online, my videos online, and I also started selling books that I had written, little novellas. And along the way, I started to see some of my products sell. And at first I started to sell, a picture here, a picture there. I entered my work into galleries, got them accepted in galleries, sold a couple of pieces here and there. Went into art festivals and sold a piece here and there. And I wasn't selling a lot, though. I wasn't making a ton of money. But I was making enough to go, maybe I got something here. Maybe I have something that's worth going after. And I started talking to other artists, and they just claimed they were raking in the cash, man. They were rolling in dough selling their artwork. And I thought, is there something wrong with me? Or are these artists kind of like making it up as they go along just so they look good? And I had this idea, why don't I, oops, I bumped my camera. I bumped it again there, Johnny. I'm just going to fire my right foot for bumping the camera for being my cameraographer, my cinematographer. So I wanted to set out and make a documentary about these artists and see if this is the truth. And I wanted to see if artists were really making the kind of money that they proclaimed that they were making, selling stuff on the internet and the art shows and in galleries. And I made this film many years later. I started this film in the spring of 2020 at the onset of the nasty cerveza bug. And I finished it in May of 2021, and I published it on May 15th, had my premiere. And this movie, I'd like you all to check it out, especially you call center survivors, because this movie talks about how hard it is to be an artist, how hard it is to make a living at it, but the rewarding parts of it that you'll end up seeing if you follow your dreams of becoming an artist. So check it out. The movie is called The Artist, a Documentary. It's for sale on theartistadocumentary.com. It's also for sale on Vimeo, and I'll put links to both of those in the description of this video here. But today what I wanted to talk about is I just had a phenomenal experience with a young man at Godaddy. Now, my website is hosted at Godaddy, and I called in there to have some questions answered because I have another domain that is hosted at Wix.com. And I want to compare and contrast the two companies. I've been with GoDaddy for well over 10 years, and I've hosted a variety of different websites. And I got to tell you that their customer service at GoDaddy is stellar. It's phenomenal. Now, I've only been with Wix for a little less than a year, and I can tell you that their customer service is dismal. Wix customer service is abysmal, dismal, whatever bad word you want to give it. There's no live person that I can find to talk to. There's no toll-free number. There's nobody to speak with. All you get are people to chat with. And the people I've spoken with through Wix have been very unhelpful. The positive side of Wix is you have nice, clean templates, easy apps to download and plug into your website. For instance, I'm selling my movie on their website. And the app that I'm using to sell my movie is very easy to use, very intuitive, very easy to navigate. But their customer service is deplorable. Godaddy, on the other hand, has just amazing customer service. I have them in my cell phone on, not speed dial, but I have them in my address book on my cell phone. And I got to tell you, I just spoke to a young man today. His name was Ben. And Ben gave me excellent customer service. He followed all the rules that we were all taught in customer service. You know, how to address the customer, ask them how they're doing. He made the call polite and pleasant. He was professional and easy to talk to. And the thing that most impressed me with Ben was that he summarized the call like you're taught to in training, you know. He said, "Hey, Mr. Tompkins, I understand you called in today about your domain didn't work. It was down for a little bit. We covered that. You also asked me how to transfer a domain from Wix to GoDaddy and how to repoint it. Does that about summarize everything we discussed today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure does." And "Is there anything else we can help you out with today?" And I'm like, "No, you've been great." Now, I got to tell you, this was just stellar. This is exactly how the call should have been handled. And I was just listening to this guy. He was clear. He was concise. He was professional. He was friendly. He was warm. And he got me on and off the phone call. I'd say we were on the phone for maybe 10, 15 minutes, probably more than he's allowed. But I'm going to give this guy a great review here. And I tell you, when I call centers now, even if somebody is not professional, I try my best to understand where they're coming from. I've been in their shoes, and I've sat there and listened to a-holes on the phone call me every name in the book. And I've been there being told I'm an idiot and a doofus and a schmuck and whatever else they call you. And it's a very hard job. And I ask each of you who are call center survivors, whenever you call about your bank card or your credit card or your cell phone service, if you happen to speak to a live person these days, try to be careful. Try to be kind to these people, because we know the torment that they're living behind the scenes, though they can't say it on the phone or they'll get fired. But if you want good service and a great platform to host a website and your domain and build a website, you've got to go to GoDaddy. They've got tremendous customer service. I've never had a website go down. I mean, I had an error message in my website today, but it was only for a couple minutes, and I don't think it was their fault. I think there was something wrong with the network between here and there. But they have tremendous service. They have great prices, great rates. And no, this is not a paid advertisement for GoDaddy. I just happen to be a big fan of GoDaddy. But I got to tell you, when I went to Wix and found out they had no customer support, where I couldn't talk to a live person, I was just like, oh my God, I have all these questions about my domain. How do we get this fixed? I called to GoDaddy, and they told me how to do everything I needed to get done with a Wix domain. But if you have worked with GoDaddy, tell me what your experiences were with that company, because I've just had great experience with them. And thanks to Ben, and thanks to GoDaddy for hosting my website, which is skatingbearstudios.com. I just want to say that. So if you, it was a positive, I want to give a positive message today about about call centers. Certain talk like Joe Biden, I called to talk about banana peels and, web hosting? Well, come on, man. No, I don't think I have dementia. I am a little bit flippity gibbets in the brain, but I've been that way for a long time. But no, great customer service. And I ask each of you who are currently call center workers and and you're now call center survivors, you survived and you're onto something else. Please be merciful when you call these people, when you have to call about your own bills, about your own products, because you know what they're going through. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if you're calling Sherwin-Williams or if you're calling Progressive Insurance or you're calling Verizon. They've all gone through the same shitty training. I know they have because I worked at Verizon and I worked at Sherwin-Williams, not Sherwin-Williams, I'm sorry. There I go, Joe Biden, and I worked at Sherwin-Williams Milk and Monkeys. I worked at Progressive Insurance for like a month, and the training was deplorable. Maybe we should make I think I made a video about that, but the training was just so god-awful. But GoDaddy has amazing service, and I hope you all think that too. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I don't have like GoDaddy police that come to your house. So there you have it. PTPOP signing off again. Check out my movie, The Artist, a documentary. There's a poster for it behind. This is on my own graphic design on here. I think it's pretty nifty little poster there for me. Bright and eye-catching. My head filled with 3 artists. That's Logan Rogers, the front. Dana Wiley at the back, along with Rodney Veal. Great movie. I'm very proud of this piece of work, so please check it out. I'll leave links to it in the description. Peace and love. Bye.